It's called the Jerusalem Talmud, and right here in Barakot, it says, Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi Amar Tzemach Shemo. And here the rabbi is saying that this is a messianic prophecy, that Zechariah chapter 6, verses 11 and 12 is about the Mashiach. And here, I don't know whether you can see it actually in the camera or not. But anyway, I want to tell you, it's very true. And there's another there's another one of these volumes, and it has in it something about Miriam bat Eli. Now, you might say, well, we don't know that that's speaking about the Mashiach's mother. It definitely could be talking about somebody else. But here is a volume called The Commentary on the New Testament from the Talmud and Hebraica, and the scholar is Lightfoot. And here's what he says. There is a discourse of a certain person who in his sleep saw the punishment of the damned. Amongst the rest, and then he gives this quote, which is here in the same Jerusalem Talmud. And it says, Miriam bat Eli. And he says, which I would render thus, but shall willingly stand corrected if under a mistake. He saw Mary, the daughter of Eli. In Luke chapter 3, verse 23, it speaks about Miriam's Davidic background, that she was from the tribe of Judah. She had to be, really, because the royal Alma is assigned to base David, to the house of David. And if you open the Orthodox Jewish Bible to places like page 746, you'll see it says, next we have Ezra's description of the return from the Golus and the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash, the temple. Note who is standing up alive from the death of the Babylonian exile. Yeshua, Ezra 3:2, who was the grandson of Sariah, the Kohen Gadol before the destruction of Jerusalem. 2 Kings chapter 25:18. Also a descendant of Zadok. Now, this is on page 746, and I really wish you would look at it. I wish you also would look at Zechariah chapter 6, verses 11 and 12, where the prophet walks up to this man whose name is Yeshua, and he says, your name is the Tzemach, which is a code word for Messiah. The namesake is the name source projected forward to the name target, which in this case is Moshiach. And if you think that I'm just making this up, look at page 571. Yehoshua is said to be the namesake of the coming Mashiach ben David. Ezra 3:8, you see the Aramaic translation of Yehoshua or Joshua's name, which is Yeshua. And then here you see all these other references. This is all on page 571 in the Orthodox Jewish Bible. Now, there's a dictionary that all the yeshiva bokers use. You see this word? Tzadi Mem Chet. It says Tzemach, allegorical name of the future Messiah. Then it gives, you see this Y period, B-E-R, that means the Jerusalem Talmud, Berachot, and it gives the reference. And I'm going to show you this now in the Jerusalem Talmud. But I want you to see this dictionary, which the yeshiva bokers are using. This is not a Christian dictionary. Here's the actual reference. Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi Amar Tzemach Shemo. This proves that Zechariah 6:11 and 12 is a messianic prophecy. I'm not just reading that in. It's actually there in the Tanakh. It says the Messiah's personal name will be Yeshua. And this is right here in Berachot, in the Jerusalem Talmud, which you can see I'm looking at right now. Then also, the reference that Lightfoot is talking about is the part of the Jerusalem Talmud called Hagigah, and it's the second chapter, and it's the fourth Mishnah right here. This area right here. This is where the comment on Miriam bat Eli is found, and you really need to know about it because it is extremely important. And I really want to show you here the importance of the Davidic connection. Romans chapter 1 verse 3 says that the Mashiach was, according to the flesh, from David, a direct descendant of David. And I just want to show you how important this is. In Isaiah chapter 11, in Jeremiah chapter 23, 5 and 6, 33, 14 to 18, Ezekiel 34, 23 to 31, Ezekiel 37, 24 to 28, are just some of the places where, in order to have a right to the throne, the Messiah had to be the seed of David. He had to be the son of David, the royal Messiah. If you have a messianic claimant and he can't show you his credentials, that he is a direct descendant of King David, then you have a false Mashiach, a Moshiach Sheker. If you will go to the Artist for Israel YouTube in Google, and if you will look at our website, which is also, besides the YouTube channel, we have afii.org. If you will go there, you will see that everything I'm telling you has to do with Miriam bat Eli ben Natan ben David's genealogy. And the reason we did the Bible with a Hebrew Tanakh and a Yiddish Brit Hadashah is so the Jewish people could know that they should not be carrying around the picture of a Moshiach Sheker moldering in the grave, disqualified by Psalm 16, verse 10. But they should come to the true faith, once for all delivered to the Kadoshim. And the reason that this book was written many years ago now, when I was only 28 years old, I started writing this. Everything you need to grow a Messianic synagogue. The reason I did that was prophetically, I knew that the day would come when Jewish people would realize the true Mashiach and his true Kapora. Let the plague fall on me and on my house, said King David. These are just sheep. All we like sheep have gone astray. But the Lord has laid upon him, Mashiach ben David, the iniquity of us all.